Carmelo Anthony is a free young man. He is free. They just released him on bail. Yeah. So for everybody who was saying, oh, yeah, he shouldn't be, what y'all got to say now? Okay. He defended himself. That's why the judge lowered his bond to $450K. Yeah. He's out of there. So I'm happy for him. We're going to keep fighting, for justice. Yes, in the situation. And all around, it's a sad situation, I don't think he was trying to unalive Austin, but it got to a point where he felt the need to. Who am I to tell him he didn't? Who are you to tell him he didn't? But I'm happy that justice is, truly being served, and Karmelo is free. Now we'll just have to wait till the trial and see what happens. But I'm sending him a lot of good luck and prayers and well wishes. And yeah.
And just like that, Carmelo Anthony is already out of jail. And think about what type of message this sends to society. Or better yet, think about what type of a message this sends to young men like Carmelo Anthony. That they can stab a young white kid in the chest, become an internet celebrity overnight, raise $500,000 and then be out of jail within a week or two. And then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, you will gain all of this support from your community. Your community will come together and rally behind you and show you all kinds of support that they've never shown you before. I mean, think about it. Carmelo Anthony didn't get this level of support for any of the positive things that he's ever done in life. This community gathered around him to support the worst decision he ever made. Carmelo Anthony did not get this level of support for being a supposed grade A student, the captain of his track team, a young man that was working a job, supposedly getting good grades. He didn't get this level of support for doing those things. Carmelo Anthony didn't have this entire community come together around him and rally behind the fact that he caught the winning touchdown pass in his high school football game. No, all of these people rallied around him and started supporting him once he murdered someone. And the sad part is, all of these people who were suddenly coming together to passionately support Carmelo Anthony while cheering on the murder of Austin Metcalf, they would never be this passionate about supporting anything positive because they're crabs in a bucket that promote a street culture of death and senseless violence. The reality is, people like the people that you see in the comment sections that are all speaking out in support of Carmelo, who are all spreading lies about Austin Metcalf, they would never in real life actually accept someone like Carmelo. A kid with good grades, working multiple jobs, the captain of the track team, who lived in a gated community. Hell, why do you think his father worked so hard to put his family behind that gate? Why do you think Carmelo Anthony's father busted his ass to put his family up in a gated community? It was to keep Carmelo away from the very people who are now speaking out in support of him. That's the reality, folks. No one wants to say it. Carmelo Anthony's father did whatever he could to separate Carmelo Anthony from the ignorant people who are now supporting what he did. That's why he moved his family into the gated community, to try to keep Carmelo Anthony as far away as he could from this ignorant mentality, yet it wasn't far enough. Because even though Carmelo lived a privileged life, got a nice new car on his birthday, supposedly had these good grades, he was in after school activities, even though his family seemed to be a solid family, a two-parent household, none of it was enough to keep Carmelo Anthony away from this street-like mentality that is being spread throughout so many young men like Carmelo Anthony via this music and all of this other stuff that's going on in today's world. So yeah, the people who were yelling the loudest in support of Carmelo while cheering on Austin's death, they wouldn't support Carmelo for anything else. They wouldn't accept Carmelo. And Carmelo's family did whatever they could to keep Carmelo as far away from these people as possible. But the news just aired this little clip of Carmelo getting out of jail, and I want to go ahead and show you guys this clip. But first, people often ask, how can they support the channel? The answer to that question is very simple. You can support the channel by simply liking this video, sharing this video on social media, or dropping a comment and becoming part of the conversation below. Your opinions are welcome here. I don't have to agree with you. You don't have to agree with me. Now, if you want to take your support one step further, you could always send a super thanks or a cash app. It's always greatly appreciated. Now, with that being said, let's roll this news clip, and then I'll be right back with more thoughts.
In the past hour, 17-year-old Carmelo Anthony has been released from the Collin County Jail after posting bond. A judge reduced his bond this morning from $1 million to $250,000. He's facing a murder charge after police say he stabbed another teenager, Austin Metcalf, while at a track meet at a Frisco high school. Stephen Dial is in McKinney with more. Stephen.
Carmelo Anthony left the Collin County Jail in a suit but had nothing to say to the reporters before he got into that vehicle. The district court judge says that she looked at all the factors in this case, him not having a criminal history, and that led to her making her decision to reduce his bond. 17-year-old Carmelo Anthony was silent after bonding out of the Collin County Jail and being placed on house arrest.
How is this self-defense?
2 days after the family of Austin Metcalf buried their son, they were at the Collin County Courthouse for a bond reduction hearing Monday. Carmelo Anthony is accused of stabbing and killing Metcalf at a Frisco track meet earlier this month. The case has quickly become national news, drawing a lot of attention, resulting in threats and increased security at the courthouse.
Threats and, talk of race war and all kinds of insanity isn't good for, obviously, the Anthony family. It's not good for the Metcalf family.
Cameras were not allowed inside the courtroom, but we did capture the Anthony family arriving. His father, Andrew, testified in the hearing. District Court Judge Angela Tucker said that she's never gotten this volume of calls and had to have this level of security in the courtroom in her 13 years on the bench. Court documents say Anthony stabbed Metcalf during a fight. When an officer arrived, court documents say Anthony told the officer, "I was protecting myself." Collin County District Attorney Greg Willis spoke after the hearing.
The judge has made the call, and so what's important is what's next. And it's our job to be level-headed, to be fact-based, and to follow the truth wherever it leads.
Anthony's father testified he's taking a leave from work because of the incident, and his wife is a stay-at-home mother with 3 other children. During the hearing, the prosecution brought up the fact that more than $400,000 have been raised for the Anthony family, saying a reduction is not needed because they have the funds. A big question in this case will be, why did Anthony bring a weapon to a high school stadium? It's a question that was asked of his attorney.
That's an understandable question, but it's not something that, frankly, we're prepared to even go into.
Now, in the opening statement to the media from that interview that you just heard, he led with talking about self-defense. Again, the court documents mention self-defense. We'll have to wait and see how that defense will be made in court when things pan out. Now, according to the judge, the terms of the bond are house arrest and ankle monitor. She told him to stay off social media, and he has to personally call her bailiff every Friday morning, not his parents, but him. And there's a list of other things that is set, and if he violates that, he'll return to the Collin County Jail.
Now, does Carmelo look like someone that is remorseful to you? He damn sure doesn't look remorseful to me. He looks angry. He looks like he has a chip on his shoulder. He looks like he's walking around with a didn't do nothing wrong type of mentality. He's probably already been brainwashed by this little activist that is so close to him, by the way, for some reason. He's already been brainwashed into probably thinking that he's the victim and that everyone else is the bad guy. Everyone else is bad for having anything to say about him, right? Even though he's the one that took the life of another young man. And I just think it's interesting that as soon as he gets out of jail, his family has him with this Dominique Alexander character, a grifter that likes to come in and try to make money and get clout and attention off of cases like this one. A guy who's known for beating up 2-year-old babies. I mean, not a good look. And listen, you guys know I am not in Carmelo Anthony's corner when it comes to this case. But if I were, I would suggest that we would keep Carmelo away from bad actors like Dominique Alexander. Posting pictures with Carmelo smiling after getting him out of jail, it's not really a good look, because you want people to think that Carmelo is remorseful, that he feels bad, but he had to defend himself in the moment, right? But that's not the look that this is giving. And then Dominique Alexander is posting all types of weird, wild stuff like this post. Carmelo Anthony is safe at home. This moment is a reminder that a community united can never be divided. The journey ahead is long, but today we celebrate a victory for justice, for family, and for the power of people coming together to protect our youth. Thank you to everyone. Coming together to protect our youth? Did anyone come together to protect Austin Metcalf? I mean, Carmelo Anthony looks fine to me. He looks unscathed. Austin Metcalf was laid to rest on Saturday. How are you coming together to protect the youth? Isn't it funny how Dominique Alexander doesn't come together with the community to protect the youth when young black men are killing other young black men at such an alarming rate? I mean, like, seriously. There's an epidemic in this country of young black men killing other young black men. For every Austin Metcalf-like case, there's hundreds of cases involving a young black man killing another young black man. But there's never a response from the community. There's never people like this Dominique Alexander guy coming together to speak about that. Because the reality is, people want to shy away from those type of issues. But I wish that was an issue that people were more passionate about tackling. If people were half as passionate about ending this senseless violence that goes on between young black men, if people were half as passionate about that as they were about making fake accounts and spreading lies about Austin Metcalf, maybe we would get somewhere. And maybe, there would be so many mothers out there that wouldn't be laying their young kids to rest prematurely. You know what I mean? I mean, it's a real issue. You can get mad because I'm saying it, because I don't look a certain way, or maybe my skin color isn't dark enough, but it's a reality that we all deal with and we all have to acknowledge. So I wish we would see some energy put in that direction, but we never do. Instead, we're going to put all of that energy behind supporting Carmelo Anthony for murdering someone. But never this level of support when he was doing positive things. And I wonder how that makes Carmelo Anthony feel. Does this send him the message inside that, hey, now I'm getting the recognition. I didn't get the recognition I needed for being, the grade A student working 2 jobs on all of the sports teams, but now I'm getting the love and support from people. The love and support that he never got before. It's sad. It's horrible. But this is a mentality that is very widespread. But for now, you guys let me know what you think about this down in the comments below. While you're down there, hit that thumbs up, hit that subscribe, ring that notification bell, and I'll talk to you all very soon in the next one.